Well, okay. I guess we'll just go right on into it. I was, let's see. There we go. Let's try this again, shall we? This is, I have one last ditch effort as to what might have been going on as far as the stream is concerned. So, 2 seconds here to catch up with myself. Okay. So, I have one last ditch effort as far as what was causing the issues with my stream. So, we're going to try it again. Big bucks, no whammies. Let's load into a game. Again, it'll get choppy for a second while we load in, especially once we find a game. But hopefully, things will go smoother this time around. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. Again, it's going to be choppy for the first few bits here while we're spawning in and while we're dropping in, but hopefully things will even out shortly. Bear with us. Come on, I believe in you. Why isn't this showing anything over here? Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Again, it's gonna be choppy while we're on Spawn Island. Give it a second to catch up here. Alright, let's go out here to the boonies. Moon, welcome in. Things have been rough going tonight. We'll see how this goes for this has been like my 4th attempt at going live. Things have been choppy. I think I may have finally figured out what was causing the issues, but we'll see. Once I'm actually able to draw some things even out, we will have a better idea. This is going to be a terrible drop down very quickly. Okay, so far so good. Hey. Let's go. God, we're so choppy. I don't know why. Could it be? Hang on. I think we might be evening out a bit. But y'all tell me. Anybody over there? Anybody out there? Say hi if you're in the chat. Okay, things seem to be running fairly smoothly, I think, as far as I can tell. Again, fairly smoothly, not perfectly. I don't want the gold. Oh my god. Give me the weapon. Give me the weapon. Oh my goodness, give me the frickin' weapon. Thank you. What are you talking about? Thank you, Jesus. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Alright, come on now. Oh, yes, please. Yes, absolutely, I will take those. Are you kidding me? This song is not the vibe. Sure. Still don't understand why she's running so choppy. We'll at least get through this game, and then I'll just switch to FaceTime if I need to. I'll just hang out and vibe. Because apparently it is just rough going for the stream tonight. I think it might just be an internet issue tonight, chat, if I'm being real. That's the only thing that I can think of. I think my internet just might be taking a shit tonight for some reason. Which doesn't make sense because my games are playing fine. It's running smoothly and everything. As far as the gameplay goes, not the stream, obviously. trash. Let's go. Stop it. Thank you. I know this stream's choppy. I'm so sorry, chat. But as soon as we finish this round, then I'll jump onto regular FaceTime. Just hang out. Oh God. To make you do. I shouldn't bother. To another girl, a girl who really deserves me. But I think you do. So I cry and I pray and I beg, love me, love me. Oh God. Coming for you. Let's go. Where you at? Where you at? That was something. Alright, y'all need to calm down. I'm not even interested in you guys. Jesus. Let's go. If I could aim, that would be amazing. Hello. Jesus. Excuse you. Ow. There you are. Coming for you. Oh God. That's okay. It's fine. Fortnite is being a little bitch night anyway. So let's switch things up. Oh, and look, TikTok's deciding to take a shit. Surprise, surprise. We're still up on Twitch, so that's cool. Yet another reason to join us on Twitch. Alright, looks like we evened out on TikTok now. Good. Alright, well, how's everyone doing? Say hi if you're in the chat. I don't know. We might try to play something different. God, the delay is wild on YouTube. Welcome in, everybody. We're just gonna hang out for now, because apparently the cards do not have, or it is not in the cards for us to be playing Fortnite tonight. So we're just gonna hang out for now, till I get bored, and we'll see what happens. But if you're in the chat, say hi. We're live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube currently. And if you join us on TikTok or YouTube, preferably TikTok, or not TikTok, sorry, Twitch. If you join us on Twitch, preferably Twitch over YouTube, you don't have to deal with me blurring my camera every 5 minutes when I want to hit my flavored air. I do recommend Twitch over YouTube because the delay is wild on YouTube. Yeah, we're just hanging out. I was trying to play some games and test out a new layout I have for when I play Fortnite, but it was not wanting to cooperate tonight. And I am now suspecting that it has more to do with my internet currently than anything else. So we'll try that again tomorrow. For now, we're just gonna hang out because I'm on already. Because I'm already here, so might as well just hang out. Excuse me. Say hi if you're in the chat. I'd love to actually have a conversation. For now, I'm just gonna sit here and drink my banana milk. I guess I can mute my mic while I slurp on this. Welcome in, Whisper. Say hi. I do not want this song right now. Nope, don't want this one either. Why are all my fucking sad songs playing right now? Wow, okay. So currently, it looks like, no, YouTube is still definitely the worst. But earlier, Twitch was the one that had the least amount of lag. But now, TikTok is interesting. Interesting. Julio, welcome in, sir. Welcome in. You know what? Let's see if we can. Let's see here. I wonder if I can work on my TikTok alerts while I'm live. We are about to find out. Can I share this with y'all? Is that a thing I could do? Let's try. Hold on. Do this. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let's do this. Boop. Are you gonna show? Boop. Okay. We're showing on Twitch. Or yeah, we're showing on those guys. How come it's not showing on good old TikTok over here? Give us a second. Oh. How did that happen? Oh, because I did it that way. My bad. All right. Boop. There we go. So, can I work on this while I'm currently live? Let's find out. I don't know if I am present enough to do this right now, but hmm. Okay, can we test that? Apparently not. Okay. Ah, see, that's the thing, man. I knew it. I knew that was the issue. It's because I'm not freaking live on fucking TikTok Studio Live. It's recognizing that I am live, but because I'm not connected to TikTok Studio Live, it can't show the alerts. Which is stupid, chat. It is stupid. So I guess that ended that real quick. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to FaceTime. Well, fine. Fuck you, Tickfinity. You know what we'll do? Since nobody's really here anyway to tell me otherwise and to really stop me. So I am going to hold on, bear with me. We're gonna read some stories on Reddit. That is what we're going. Doc, oh my God, welcome in, bud. It has been an adventure tonight. Let me tell you, it has been an adventure. My stream is a mess. I don't know what is going on. Every time I try to stream, fucking Fortnite, it is just taking a shit. I don't know if it's my internet or what's going on, but you were here the other day. Everything worked fine. I just wanted to try a new layout for my Fortnite gameplay, and it just wasn't happening apparently. So here we are. We're just vibing and hanging out. Um, I'm so happy you're here because, yeah, I'm just happy to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that I tweaked beforehand, as far as um like I was trying to have it so that my replay buffer was always on OBS. Again, I don't know how much you know about OBS, but I think that was causing an issue. But then I had this other program that was running alongside Fortnite, which would kind of like track my gameplay and stuff for one of my panels on Twitch. I appreciate you saying hi. Thank you so much. I hope your day is going well. And in that case, I will not spend your entire lunch break bitching about my stream quality. But I do really appreciate you dropping in. No, I mean that's pretty much it. I don't know what was going on with it. I turned all that stuff off, and uh, I was just trying to play some more Fortnite earlier, and it was still going just as I was gonna say just as smoothly, but that was the issue. It wasn't going smoothly at all. Um, so I'm just gonna call it a night for as far as that's concerned. Um, and for now, just hang out. Uh, I was about to jump onto Reddit and just start reading some random Reddit stories. Um, but I will need to pause this music because I won't be able to read shit if I'm hearing Ren in my ears. Okay, fine. I can keep it playing for now. Till I find something worth reading. And apparently people find my I don't know why, but apparently people find my voice relaxing and it helps them sleep or something. So maybe reading stuff will be will be okay. Should run everything and open task manager and see what's taking resources. Yeah, I might do that next. Just not tonight because I am I'm over it at this point. If I'm being completely honest, I do plan on jumping on again. Is it tomorrow yet? Yeah, it is already tomorrow. So later on today, uh, early evening, early afternoon. I don't know, but earlier than usual. That's for sure. At least that's the plan. We'll see, because who knows. All right, let's see. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't necessarily agree or see it, but if you think so and others think so, who am I to argue? All right, let's see. One of my favorite Reddit subreddits is "Am I the Asshole?" So I'm gonna see if we can find a decent one. Let's see here. Let's go to top today. Let's just go for the first one. This is a gamble. Let's see how well this goes. Your work friend. Oh no, you have other people listening? Now I'm even more self-conscious. I am going to turn my monitoring off. I thought it was going to be helpful to hear my own voice, but it is in fact not. That is just throwing me all the fuck off. But should I share my screen when I'm doing this? Hold on. What's the button I'm looking for? This one. There we go. And that's nope. That's not doing a damn thing. Okay. No, I mean, I am self-conscious. I'm always self-conscious, but I don't actually care if somebody else is listening. It's fine. Hello, coworker. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, so this one's actually a short one. So let's see. Am I the asshole for incorrectly guessing a woman's age? I know you're never supposed to guess a woman's age, but I, 26 female, was at a house music show last night, and this woman approaches me. She's foreign and very flirty, kissing me all over my face. She tells me I look young. I tell her how old I am. And she's like, "Ah, yes, you're a baby." And then she asks me to guess her age. I usually don't ever engage in that game with women. I genuinely I genuinely thought she was in her 50s. Drinks have been flowing, and I guess I lost my better judgment, and I guess what I think is lowballing, 41. She is shocked and grabs her friend and tells her, "Oh my god, she said 41." She tells me her age. She's 37. I'm mortified. She says, "Do I really look that old? I know I have wrinkles." And I said, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, no, you're beautiful." Her friend says, I always say 21 no matter what. I walk away from that situation feeling uncomfortable and really horrified. The rest of the night, that woman and I ignore each other. To be honest, she was rough looking 37. I didn't even think it was that bad to have guessed within 5 years. I also think that if you look old, don't ask people to play the game. But again, I shouldn't even have engaged. Am I the asshole? I honestly don't think you're the asshole. In this situation, yeah, not the asshole because like they kind of set themselves up for that. You can't ask those kind of questions and then get mad if somebody gives you the answer that you don't want. Um, like naturally, I know that I look younger, so that game isn't as like scary, I guess to me. Thank you for, oh my God, Snow Moon. Thank you for all the gifts. Oh my goodness, thank you. I appreciate you. Um, like generally I tend to get around like 25, 26, 27 around there. I'm going to be 40 in November. So I am an old man. So when playing these games, I am usually on the safe side. Um, However, yeah, generally speaking, the whole "how old do you think I am" is a dangerous game to play, especially if you expect to hear one thing and it goes another direction. Like you can't get mad at that. Do you usually get older or younger, Snow Moon? Can we hold on? There we go. Can't have y'all peeping my subreddit subscription. Younger, yeah, yeah, exactly. See, at least it's not. Well, I don't know. It could go either way, right? Like some people prefer to be by like 10 years. I just tell them that's yeah, but that's the thing is like um some people want to seem older, some people want to seem younger. It's all kind of relative, so you never know what the quote unquote correct answer is, and it's never to be honest. If someone's asking how old do you think I am, they're thinking one way or the other. Generally, if it's a younger person asking how old do you think they are, they probably see themselves as being older, so they would probably assume that, or they would probably desire the answer to be, oh, you look, if they're a teenager, oh, you look like you're in your 20s, which is creepy. Um, and then if it's an older person asking how old do I look, generally they're hoping that you're gonna lowball it, so yeah, yeah. I don't think this person is definitely not the asshole, but I think the other person's more of an asshole for putting you in that situation. All right, am I the asshole for telling a woman she was about to sit and poop? Okay. I, 26 male, was at a crowded park recently where there were food trucks set up and people sitting around eating. Seating was pretty limited, and most people were sitting at this low concrete wall that runs along the edge of the parking lot. Um, on the other side of the wall is grassy area that's level with the top of the wall. So people sit with their backs towards the grass and legs facing the lot. I had just gotten my food when I noticed the only free spot left. At the same time, I saw a girl well dressed in the park was also walking towards it. She saw it first and headed that way, but I was closer and got there before her, despite her running, and she saw me running when she saw me approaching it. As I got to it, I looked down at the grass behind the wall and saw a big pile of dog poop right where someone's lower back or clothes would land if they leaned or sat back. It was pretty gross, and I decided not to sit. Right then, she walked up, looked annoyed, saying, seriously, I was going to sit there. I didn't want to make a thing of it, so I stepped aside and said, go ahead, you can have it. She me. Oh my God. She immediately sat down without checking behind her, and just a second later jumped up with a disgusted look on her face. The poop was stuck to the back of her skirt. She turned to me and snapped, "Why didn't you say anything?" I told her I saw it, yeah, but I didn't know how you were planning to sit. For all I knew, you were just going to perch on the edge or sit upright. It's a park. People walk their dogs here. You've got to check before sitting down. She kept insisting I should have warned her, but I told her I wasn't trying to be petty. I genuinely didn't know how far back she was going to lean or sit, and it wasn't really my responsibility to check the ground for her. She could have sat only on the wall and not the grass, and it would have been fine. She eventually walked off frustrated, but now I'm wondering if I should have just said something anyway. But I feel, especially since she was so confrontational about the spot, it really wasn't necessary. Am I the asshole? I'm gonna have to say you're the asshole in this one. I'm sorry. I do feel like you're the asshole in this one. Like, okay, this person was rushing over to, attempt to steal the seat, maybe. Um, but if you saw, like, don't be a dick. Be like, yo, I was gonna sit there too, but look, there's poop. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I would have warned her still, you know. Um, okay, let's go down a little bit. Actually, let's do this. Let's go this week, this month. Let's go this month. What's the top one this month? Am I the asshole for enforcing basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover? Oh, this one's gotta be. Okay. I, 42 male, have two kids living with me. My daughter, Anya, 17, female, and my stepson, Noah, 14, male. Noah's mom passed a few years ago, and I've had full custody since. He's had a rough go of it, but he's a good kid with his quirks. He's not antisocial or shy, but he does not appreciate having his space invaded, and when very upset, he can kind of shut down. Anya is much more outgoing and has lots of friends. She asked to have a sleepover this weekend with the four of them. I said yes, of course, but given that the friends who were coming were pretty loud and have a tendency to crowd Noah, I told her to make sure they don't go into her brother's room. Also, to keep things down after 11 so the house can sleep. In my opinion, these are not strict rules. Okay, so far things seem reasonable. You know, Noah seems to have issues with personal space and people crowding his shit, which I definitely understand. So asking your daughter to keep her friends in check is absolutely within reason, in my opinion. To my surprise, I came upstairs to check on them at about 10. They are 17. I didn't think I needed to check on them every hour or something, and they were in Noah's room, and they looked like they had been there for a while. Two were literally sitting on his bed with him there. One of them was flipping through his sketchbook, another was messing with his other stuff, and they were all kind of giggling in this weird way. Noah was clearly upset. He didn't say anything or move, but there was tears in his eyes and he didn't respond when I tried to talk to him. I told the girls to get out right then and that I was calling every single one of their parents. Anya was pretty upset with me, but I told her that I gave them two rules and they failed spectacularly. I did actually call all the parents and sent them home as soon as possible. Anya blew up, saying I embarrassed her. I told her to go to her room and that we would speak about this in the morning. I spent about 20 minutes with Noah before he decided he wanted to cool down on his own and went back to my daughter, who chose not to speak to me. It's late, both my kids are hopefully asleep, and I am left not knowing if I handled things right. Am I the asshole? Um, I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think so. I think being a single parent is an impossible job, um, especially a single parent of a stepchild. Um, and it sounds like you're doing your best, and that's all you can do, especially as a single parent. So, no, you're absolutely not the asshole. Um, it's okay to have these types of reactions and things like that, and then have hindsight and be like, look, maybe I should have handled things a little bit differently. Maybe I could have done it this way or that way. But given the situation and given the cards you were dealt, I think you handled it, you know, commendably. Obviously, I'm not a parent, so I don't really have much of an opinion one way or the other as far as an opinion that matters anyway. But as far as I'm concerned, you're in the clear. Now, I might not be a parent, but I've worked with kids my entire life. My my first job and current job is as a children's photographer. So like, not saying I've had the same job for almost 30 years now, but um, my first job was with the same company that I happen to be at now. But now I'm a manager, so at least that's something. All right, next one. Next one. 19 days ago. This lock post. Okay, no, that's fine. It's a short one. Nice. Okay, am I the asshole for telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly? Okay, my friend, 19 female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do coupley things, feels lonely, single, etc. She's also, in my opinion, at least, very normal and average looking wise. Not ugly, not super hot, just alright. Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men are ugly, short, etc., and that she doesn't match with anybody hot. I asked to see which people she's calling ugly, uh, and so she showed me her likes. And it mostly showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league, and she should give some of them a chance, since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied. She denied that she's in the same league as them and said she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she finds attractive, so she's not in their league. She said, "I'm the asshole, am I?" No. Again, it's these are all subjective things, obviously, when it comes to attractiveness and whatnot. However, um, I don't think you're being an asshole if you're telling your friend to be like realistic. If she's swiping on people that she's not matching with, then, I don't know. This person generally already sounds kind of like a very superficial, very stereotypical kind of person. So something tells me that even if they were super freaking attractive, I would find them not attractive whatsoever, just because of the type of attitude they put forth, seemingly put forth, I should say. Yeah, don't dish what you can't take. Exactly, exactly. All right, let's do a little roulette there. Oh, this is a long one. Okay, we're in the chat. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter in law that I will never be her mother and to leave me alone? Holy shit. Okay. This is mostly about my daughter in law, Kat. Her mother ran out on her when she was a child and she went into foster care. According to my son, she's currently seeing a therapist. My issue with Kat is that she's repeatedly stomped on my boundaries. She's a very touchy person. She refuses to call me by my name and only refers to me as mom. I correct her every time since I am not comfortable with being called mom by her, and I want her to use my name. Okay, let's pause for a second because this is your daughter in law. So they're already married to your child. In my opinion, I think at that point, you should accept them as family. And this is coming from someone who's currently going through a fucking divorce. So, however, that being said, um, when my ex was actively a part of my life, I wanted my family to treat her as if she was one of their own, you know? So already I'm kind of leaning towards like you're kind of being a dick about it, especially if this person already has like parental issues. Like, what's the issue? Like, be your mom. I'll be your mom, you know? Like, it's fine. Um, but let's keep going. Who knows? Let me crack open my anxiety juice real quick, though. Hold on. I've never seen someone call their in laws mom and dad. I think it really depends on the family, you know, the dynamic, because like when things were going well, my parents did want my ex to refer them to them as mom and dad. Um, you know, but it all depends on the person, on each individual person. If my partner isn't comfortable with referring to my parents as mom and dad, I'm not going to force them. And I would hope that my parents wouldn't force that from them. Now, I'm not saying that it should be forced one way or the other. I should be saying, all I'm saying is that if it, exactly, exactly, it depends on the situation. So, like, you know, if you're a parent and your kid's partner refers to you as mom and dad, and you're not vibing with it, you know, be honest with it. And I would expect both parties to just accept how things fall. You know, if it's on the parents not being comfortable with the daughter calling them mom and dad, then it should be okay with the daughter being like, okay, you know what, that's your boundary, that's fine. You know, um, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean that your relationship has to change as far as like the love you feel for those people. Um, so, anyways, where was I? There have been multiple times where she asked inappropriate questions, mostly about why I'm not close to my own mother. For context, my mother was horrible. Okay, so you also have your own parental issues, so that may be causing some friction there as well. So that's completely understandable. Kat keeps pushing me for details and insists that I should get closer to her because family sticks together. That I disagree with. She basically tells me to forgive my mom, and she doesn't understand not being close with one's parents. I've told her to drop the topic multiple times, and she refuses. Because of all this, I'm not a huge fan of hers. Okay, yeah, see, this is somebody who seems to not know how to respect people's boundaries. So I'm starting to edge over to your side now. I've spoken to my son about it, and he said, asked me to be patient, understandable. I've also talked to Kat multiple times and asked her to respect my boundaries. She always says she will, but then she goes right back to ignoring them. This is where I might be the jerk. My daughter Sam, 20, and I are taking a weekend trip. Sam has medical issue and needs to see a specialist for a few states over. She hasn't disclosed the issue to the rest of my family yet. She plans to when she has a firm plan. Somehow, word of the trip got back to Kat, and she called me asking why she wasn't invited. I told her it's an important trip, not a fun one. She accused me of lying, claiming it was a mother daughter trip and that she was excluded from. I told her again this is not a girls' trip. She wouldn't let it go and started demanding that she come, saying that she's my daughter and needs to be there. I said no again. She kept insisting, saying I am her mom and she has to come with me on the trip since she is my kid. Um, Sorry. That's when I snapped. I told her I will never be her mother. Just because she married my son does not make me her parent. I told her to leave me the fuck alone, and even if this was a mother daughter trip, she still wouldn't be invited because she isn't my kid. Then I hung up. Jesus Christ. My son says I need to apologize and invite her, that I'm a huge dick to her, that I was way out of line and need to make it up to Kat. The situation has spread to the rest of the family and everyone seems to have their own opinion. Sam is getting flack too, which isn't helping especially since she doesn't want to disclose the reason for the trip yet. Am I being the asshole? and need am I being an asshole and need to apologize even though those are my true feelings on her trying to make me her parent. Oh my god. I ultimately I don't think you're the asshole in this situation. It sounds like you've tried to set boundaries very clearly. Kat is being very overbearing. Exactly. Um, I understand that Kat may be going through a lot of mental health trauma, and things, but that's not on you to past a certain extent. That's not your responsibility. Um, so be considering how much Cat pushed and pushed, seemingly anyway. Um, I would venture to say that you're not the asshole in this one, forcing her way in and not letting things happen naturally. Exactly. Yeah, Cat sounds like she's trying to force her way in there. And there's other way. Like I don't know. I don't know. See, there's two sides to every story, so I don't know what how things look from Cat's perspective. But speaking personally, there's other ways to get close with your partner's family. If if one approach isn't working, it's not the best approach isn't to force your way in there. Yeah, exactly. Three sides to every story. Person A's, person B's, and the truth. Right? Yep, exactly. Exactly. Ooh. Okay. I already feel like I know the answer to this, but am I the asshole for choosing to go to my grandfather's funeral over my unborn daughter's 20-week ultrasound? My wife, female 25, and I, male 26, are expecting a baby girl due in November. Ooh, November baby. How was a November baby? Uh, is being born in November, it's a specific time in November that makes you a Scorpio, right? So she might still be safe, but as far as I know, being a Scorpio is a giant red flag from what I've been told. And I have like Scorpio in like six different places, so who knows what that means. Anyways, due in November. We're the cusp is in October. Okay, gotcha. Um, we're both so excited for it. For it. I mean, hey, let's respect the pronouns. My partner is on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. Right on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm November 12th, so I'm very much Scorpio. And then I'm like Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Cap Rising, I believe, is something like that. Are my big three, and then my I'm not into astrology at all. My bestie out in Minnesota, he is all about it, and he gave me like the full breakdown. And I'm like, I have like 6 or 7 places in Scorpio, and he's like, bro. Anyways, da 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 da. We were both so excited for it. I've been talking to her through my. I've been talking. Okay, let's focus, Chance. I've been talking to her through my wife's belly, being excited, feeling kicks, all of the fun stuff. 3 weeks ago, we scheduled the 20-week ultrasound. It'll be closer to 22 weeks. The last week and a half, my grandfather's health had been slowly diminishing. I had a talk with my father and family, and were told that sometime within the week of his passing that we would have the funeral. This made my wife and I have to talk about the plan. I was asked to be a pallbearer at the funeral. She said she'd want to stay home with the dogs so we didn't have to board them, and that I could go by myself to the 4 to 4.5 hour trip up north to my father's hometown. Unfortunately, my grandfather passed away late last night slash early this morning. I called my father to make sure he was okay, which he was holding on as much as one would when your father passes away. But I was told the funeral would be held at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. this just so happens to be the exact day that my wife has the ultrasound. My wife is now upset that I plan to go to my grandfather's funeral instead of going to the ultrasound appointment. I said, well, we could FaceTime, but that's my grandfather. I know FaceTime isn't the same, but she said, yeah, but this is your daughter. Now she's mad at me, mad and upset at me. I'm emotionally torn from this because I'm excited for my baby girl, but also really sad about my grandfather. I want to know if I'm being the asshole here. My wife's feelings are going to be are always going to be valid, but I feel like mine aren't being considered in this situation. I don't know. I don't think you're being an asshole in this situation. Um, I understand that having your first kid is a huge thing. Um, Personally, though, you're getting ultrasounds fairly regularly during the pregnancy. And I know it's fun to have those, um, those weekly updates or whatever. Um, Welcome in, Boxy. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Boxy's over in Twitch. Say hello. Um, but yeah, I I don't know. It's complicated, right? Because you have your own relationship with your grandfather, so obviously you're gonna want to attend his funeral. So I do think that in this situation, if your kid was being born, I think that'd be a different conversation. I think that would be a much harder decision to make. My wife's in labor, my grandfather's having his funeral. I think I might lean towards your kid being born in that situation. In this one, though, it's an an updated ultrasound. Um, you can push it back a day or two. I know it's not going to be exactly. Again, this it even says right here. We scheduled a 20-week ultrasound. It'll be closer to 22 weeks. So you're already past the official 20-week mark. It's not going to hurt to hold off a day or two, so that you can attend this funeral. Um, yeah. Okay. Ugh. Say hi if you're still in the chat, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Scribe Lizzie. Hi. We are on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. I do highly recommend joining us on Twitch, though. I'm going to switch to FaceTime for now while we take a short break. Yeah, I do recommend joining us on Twitch because on TikTok, I have to blur the camera every 5 minutes while my addicted ass hits the flavored air. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Say hi if you're in the chat. B. Selwood joining the chat. Welcome in. Doc, are you still in here with us? Are you still here? Oh, you know what? Why don't we get the music playing? Get the music back. Hey, welcome back. Or, I guess you've been here, so I don't have to say welcome back, but you know what I'm trying to say. Nope, don't want this song. Nope, don't want this song either. Jesus Christ, can I? Hold on. We need to. We need to curate this a little bit because I am not vibing with what's going on over here. Okay, there we go. Anyways, I just want to take a short break from reading things because I was struggling there for the last bit of that longer one. I'm so glad you're still here, Doc. You are one of my favorite people to have in chat. Round of applause for Doc. Hello. Relax, camera. Meep, welcome to the chat, Meep. You still have a few more minutes. Well, I'm glad you're able to hang out for as long as you have been. It's been wonderful having you in here. Do you have one more? Do you have time for one more? I could try to do one more real quick. Let's see. Let's play roulette again. Boop. 2 days ago. Short one. Beautiful. All right. Am I the asshole for expecting my husband to not have double standards for his kid versus mine? Hmm. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to hold his 26-year-old son in the same standard that he holds my 21-year-old son and my daughter's 12-year-old son? My husband requires advance notice of my son and grandson being at our house. My husband says it's for planning purposes, but when his son showed up unannounced and I asked him to please speak with the son about letting us know when he's coming, my husband told me kids should feel like they can visit their parents and that most parents would be happy to have their kid came to would be happy their kid came to visit. And then he got angry, absolutely would not acknowledge that it's no different than what he asked my son and grandson, asks of my son and grandson, and has now been given me the silent treatment for several weeks. No, you're not the asshole. Your husband's absolutely the asshole. That was quick and easy. Like, don't be a dick, sir. Like, if you're gonna hold people to different or to a certain standard, hold it for everybody. That one, I'm sorry, that one was kind of a kind of anticlimactic in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one. I don't know if you'll have enough time, but here we are. Am I the asshole for refusing to go on a double honeymoon? I'm already gonna say no. I, 33 male, used to be married to my best friend Callie, 33 female. I'm bisexual. She's a lesbian. We grew up in a conservative town in Deep South where coming out wasn't really an option. So when we were 20, we got married. It was a way to avoid questions and stay safe. Fair enough. We moved out of state a few years later, got divorced soon after. There was no drama. We were always just friends and we've stayed close. We still hang out regularly. I recently married my husband, Miguel, 30 male. A couple months later, Callie married her wife, Bree, 34 female. Both weddings were low key, and while Miguel and Bree aren't close, they're friendly enough when we're all together. A week ago, Callie suggested the four of us take a trip together as kind of a double honeymoon. She thought it would be meaningful since we've known each other for so long and have been through a lot together. She had a couple destinations in mind and said it could be fun to celebrate this new chapter side by side. I told her I told her I appreciated the thought, but Miguel and I weren't really comfortable with that. We're planning a small trip, just the two of us, and we'd rather keep it that way. It's not personal, just something we want to experience privately. Callie didn't take it well. She said it felt like I was distancing myself now that I've got what I wanted, and brought up how we had each other's backs for years. I told her I didn't mean to hurt her, but I think we're allowed to want our own space as a couple. Now things are a little tense. Bree messaged me to say she gets it, but Callie's upset and feels like I brushed her off. I'm wondering now if I was too blunt or if I should have handled it differently. Am I the asshole for not wanting to do a double honeymoon? I don't think you're the asshole for not wanting to do a double honeymoon. I think um, I think that it is perfectly valid to want that time with your partner one on one. You know, just because you went through something with somebody, um, and that is a very intense thing to go through, you know, don't get me wrong. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you owe each other anything beyond what was already agreed on, right? So, like, if you guys are living your own lives, and if you guys are still friends, that's amazing, you know? Um, that doesn't mean you have to do a double honeymoon. Have your own honeymoons and then plan a trip together down the road. You know, that would be probably a better option anyway. That way you can each enjoy your honeymoon respectively, um, doing it however big or however small each person wants to do it. And then y'all can come together later on down the road for a big old bash. I don't know. Um, yeah, I definitely don't think you're the asshole though. Anyways, that was fun. um, I don't want to get into another one right now since I know that you're probably gonna have to take off here pretty soon, Doc. But let's get the music back on at least. And we'll just hang out for a little bit, shall we? Doc, remind me. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you are, remind me of what you do, what your employment is. Are you ready back at work? Fine. Being a responsible adult, I guess. This is fun. I think I'm gonna keep doing this for a while. Doing the what's another good subreddit though? Besides Am I the Asshole? They ask a completely empty chat. Let's see. What else can we find on here? This is a microwave thingy. Um, hold on. This my girlfriend slept walked last night and woke up with this in the bed. It's the thing. It's a thing from the microwave. The little rotator plate on the microwave or rotator ring. I just think I don't know. That made me laugh. Okay, I need to be careful about what I show from Reddit because let's be real. Reddit is a hive of scum and villainy. Yumi Bunny, welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. Welcome to the chat. This live has gone a completely different direction than I intended to originally. Oh shit, there's an SCP in the chat. SCP-682. What are you? What are you? Hold on. SCP-682, you're a Keter class. Must be... Oh no. Oh no. SCP-682 must be destroyed as soon as possible. At this time, no means available to SCP teams are capable of destroying SCP-682, only able to cause massive physical damage. SCP-682 shall be contained within a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter chamber with 25 centimeter reinforced acid-resistant steel plating and all inside. Oh my god. SCP-682, thank you for being in the chat and not killing me, apparently. What do you look like? SCP-682 is a large, vaguely reptile-like creature of unknown origin. It appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communication with SCP-079 during their limited time of exposure. SCP-682 appears to have hatred of all life. That's valid. I get it. I get that. Which has been expressed in several interviews during containment. SCP-682 has always been observed to have extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes, though exact levels vary within its form. SCP-682's physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds material. SCP-682 gains energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic. Digestion seems to be aided by a set of filtering gills on this inside of SCP-682's nostrils, which are able to remove unstable. Hello, can I read? Are able to remove usable matter from any liquid solution, enabling it to constantly regenerate from the acid it is contained in. SCP-682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and SCP-682 has been seen moving and speaking with its body 87% destroyed or rotted. In case of containment breach, SCP-682 is to be tracked and recaptured by all available mobile task forces, and no teams with fewer than 7 members are cleared to engage it. To date, redacted, attempted breaches have been numbered at 17, while successful breaches have been numbered at 6. We are in danger, chat. SCP-682 is a dangerous, dangerous Euclid. Well, welcome to the chat. Mildly infuriating. Those are always fun. Nah, I'd be chilling. I appreciate you. Let's see. Movie theater. Phone out. Mildly infuriating. I was watching the new Superman movie with my wife, and the person sitting in front of us took out his phone. During the movie, I figured not to say anything because it was quick. After he did it 2 more times, I leaned in and said, "Could you go outside if you're going to look at your phone? It's distracting." He said, "What?" So I repeated what I said. He said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." He shook his head and turned around. My heart was racing at this point from adrenaline, totally taken out of the movie experience. Thankfully, he didn't take his phone out again, but he kept making comments to his friend. That's another story with his friend and girlfriend talking during the movie. After the movie ended, they got up, made some comments to each other, looked at me, and walked out. This is not your home. People paid good money to have a movie going experience, and having a phone open in a dark room ruined it. Yeah, don't be a dick. I am a huge fan of movies and cinema. So if I'm going to spend my good hard-earned money to go have a theatrical experience to see a movie I've been looking forward to, don't be an asshole and pull out your phone in the middle of it and ruin the immersion, sir, or madame, or anything in between. How's the night been? It's been. This is kind of it was kind of a test stream. I'm multi-streaming currently on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. I was trying to do some gaming earlier. It was a test stream to try out a new. Oh, my bad, TikTok. Sorry. To test out a new layout I have for when I play Fortnite specifically, for the vertical layout for TikTok. But things were going super choppy, so I decided to just have a nice chill FaceTime live. So that's where we are now. Snow Moon, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Round of applause for Snow Moon. Actually, round of applause for SCP-682 as well. Because they are super chill and not the dangerous catter class that they label them to be. So. And ladies and germs, Doc is back. All right. I see. Do you like the new season? Thank you, kind one. Don't believe the propaganda. So far I am enjoying the new season. I haven't really had a chance to really absorb it all, as far as what's actually going on in the new season. Just because most of my time playing lately has been more just test streams and killing time than any actual paying attention, to be completely honest. But I'm enjoying it. There's always hello, will my camera fucking focus, please? Thank you. Um, there's always stuff that I enjoy on in all the seasons. I haven't. Yeah, I don't know. I play a lot of no build, so like as far as I don't know what that's worth. I'm not a big like I don't call myself a Fortnite streamer by any stretch of the imagination. I just happen to stream Fortnite from time to time cuz it's my go-to like mindless game to go to, you know. I agree. No build is definitely the better mode cuz like I don't know. I don't know if you can just now I'm not going to shit on the regular battle royale or the build version because you know, I just don't like it cuz I'm not that skilled. If so, like, here's the thing: if you had started during like the infancy of Fortnite, then you're probably cracked when it comes to building. But building, even when I was playing on the early days, building was always my weak point. Um, I very rarely ever built. Um, and then when no build became a thing, I was like, dude, I already did. I already do trash during like regular games. So, you know, these people without having to be concerned about building, I have no shot at it. I do decent. I can't complain with my with how well I do. So, you know, that's a big part of why I keep playing. It's because I'm not horrible at it. You know. Um, yeah, dude. I've seen people play those. You know, doing those builds, and it's just like I couldn't even imagine having the finger dexterity to do that, even with like macros and shit, playing on mouse and keyboard. Like, oh my god, I couldn't imagine. I've seen like um, the combinations that people have to do when they're doing those wild builds, and I'm just like, nope, 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 no, thank you. Yeah, and the people who are cracked at build, like you know, they've been playing since like day one, and there's absolutely, in my opinion, as far as like my skill level is concerned, I know there's absolutely no point in me trying to go onto a build game at this point. Like that should be something I do actually. I should try to do a build game on stream one time and just see how fucking terrible I am because I have no idea. I've never played build, especially on mouse and keyboard. I used to play build on like PS3 back when like Fortnite first dropped, and I tried to play it, but I stopped playing Fortnite for a long time. You know, like middle of season two, I think I stopped playing. Um, and I don't think I even started playing till like the beginning of season two. So like, I didn't play for very long at all, and it wasn't until a few years ago, or like 2 years ago, at this point, where I started playing again. And really, a year ago, when I started playing regularly with any type of regularity. Um, but yeah, if you want to play Fortnite one of my nights off, let me know. Hell yeah, dude, absolutely. You let me know when your days off are, because my schedule is completely fucked. I don't even know. Have I played Marvel Rivals? I have. I like it. I like it. I was a big Overwatch player for a minute, especially with my bestie. And the um, the differences between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals really frustrated me at first, but the more I played Marvel Rivals, the more I appreciated it. I think most of my saltiness for Marvel Rivals is the fact that they don't have a Deadpool character yet, and like I'm a big Deadpool fan, huge. Um, like if there was two characters that I identify with the most, before the beginning of this year, I would have said Deadpool, full stop. Um, Considering all the shit that I've been through since the beginning of this year, Jinx from Arcane is very much like that's where that came from. Jinx chair, and my desktop is a complete mess right now, or else I'd give you the tour. But it's all Jinx themed. Um, and that's the other thing. Oh my god, I'm so upset about this. Oh, Doc, I did see Wednesdays and Thursdays off, consistent. That's good to know. Usually Wednesdays are off. I have Wednesdays off from my day job, so which is why Wednesdays are usually my target night to stream. But I am going to be playing with a few different days. So I'll definitely let you know. I would absolutely be down to play. Um, oh yeah, Time Bomb, fucking Jinx and Echo, hell yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? Fucking oh right, Fortnite. I'm so upset because all I want is that fucking Jinx skin. I just chat. I want the Jinx skin so bad, but apparently they're never gonna release it again. I'm so upset about it. I'm so upset about it. Apparently, I don't know if there's a way for me to get this Jinx skin. I will. I don't care. I don't care what I have to do. I don't know, but like I literally have, I I literally have an automation on my phone so that every day at 5:05, because the because Fortnite shop refreshes every day at 5 p.m. So every day at 5:05, my phone automatically brings up the Fortnite shop so that I can make sure that Jinx isn't on there. I've had it on this automation on for like months. Um, the first time I turned it on was to keep an eye out for Deadpool skins. But now that I have my Deadpool skin, I want Jinx, and I'm keeping it on just for the slight chance that they do release it again. But hi Boxy, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you again. But yeah, apparently my friend looked it up and said that they're never releasing the Jinx skin again, which makes me very, very, very sad. And the last, especially because the last time I mentioned to somebody how badly I want the Jinx skin, this rude ass motherfucker went and loaded up their own Jinx skin that they had. So I had to play an entire match watching the skin that I've been coveting for months now. And I'm still salty about it. I honestly don't know why they won't. I wish I knew. Um Maybe I'm hoping that with one of the releases of the Arcane expanded universe that they're gonna re-release her at some point. Patience is key. It's slim, but they might. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Man, girl. Hey, look. Let's uh, let's block you and mute you. There we go. How about that? Because I don't know what you meant by that comment, but that sounded rude. And this is not a community for rude people. We are simply existing and vibing. Yeah, TikTok rudeness. Sorry, I forgot, Boxy. You are in Twitch all by your lonesome. Yeah, someone just commented, "Man, girl, ya gimp," which like I don't know what that means. I don't know if they meant to be an asshole about it or with it, but none of those words sounded nice. Uh oh, uh oh. I think Doc's about to jump into Twitch over there. Hey, welcome in, Doc. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Let's go. I'm so happy to see the Twitch chat actually coming up in my fucking multi chat. Yeah, see, now it's a party. TikTok, y'all are missing out. Because y'all still have to deal with me doing this shit every 5 minutes. Still dealing with massive lag over at the YouTubes. If I was home, I'd be on both. I appreciate you, Doc. I appreciate you. Time for the disco ball and chaos. Exactly. Oh, I didn't even turn my backlights on. Chat. Oh my god. The production value has gone down so much. Hold on, hold on. Turn that one back on. Back on. Try not to flash y'all too much. There we go. There we go. And we got the pretty lights going. Oh my god, I'm so hot, chat. And why did my ISO jump back up? Hold on. There we go. It's a little too much. Hold on. There we go. Not the one to watch streams, but I'll chill for a bit before I go. I appreciate you chilling for a bit, SCP-682. Especially if you're not one that usually hangs out in streams. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the vibe thus far. Yeah, perfect. I was just gonna say, I hope you're enjoying the vibe. Good, 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 good. That's what I go for. That's what I go for. Is good vibes. You know, I don't claim to be a quality streamer in any sense of the word. You know, I'm not a great gamer. I'm not a great musician or anything like that. But I like to think that I bring good vibes at the very least. One of my younglings' favorite songs. Yes, this is a great song and very accurate for today's atmosphere, I would think. But you are a fantastic conversationalist. I appreciate you, Boxy. I do take pride in my ability to keep a conversation going for the most part. Sometimes I get a little in my head and I get like quiet and stuff, but for the most part, I can hold my own. I Oh my God, Vex, it's the bestie. Let's go. Welcome in. Welcome in. You're talking about. I appreciate you, everybody. Everybody, round of applause. Vex. The bestie has shown up in the chat. Hello. Oh my God. Now I'm all nervous. Hey, what is good? I do not know how to pronounce your name. I apologize. You're a big fan. I appreciate the love. What would you like me to refer to you as? Because I cannot pronounce that username. Actually, I think it's Aiden. Is it Aiden? Is it just Aiden? Oh man, people are actually starting to come in. I was not expecting that. This stream is welcome to the chaos on the Twitch chat. Would you like a party at? Or some wrist candy Vex? Listen, Vex has access to all of the perks already because he's the bestie. Vex, you didn't even come in while I was doing anything interesting, man. Like, I'm just dropping shit. I was trying to game earlier, but I was trying to game earlier, but Fortnite's being a little bitch tonight, so we were just vibing and hanging out. I was reading some "Am I the Asshole" Reddit posts earlier, which was kind of fun. I might go back to do that. Now that I know that Vex is in the chat, I'm all nervous. Hey, appreciate you sharing the live. Let's go, Aiden. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but thank you, Aiden. Thank you. And I love how everybody's interacting on the chat. Love it, love it. God, it makes my little baby streamer heart so happy. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, I apologize for having to blur my stream every 5 minutes as my addicted ass hits my flavored air. But if you join us on Twitch, or if you must on YouTube, you don't have to be privy to that. Although I do recommend Twitch, because YouTube doesn't have the Spotify track on there, so they're sitting in silence whenever I'm not talking. Plus, they have like a 40-second delay or some shit over there. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, but yeah, we're vibing. We are vibing. All the wrist bling for Vex. Yes. YouTube gets the blur and no music, sad YouTube. YouTube does not get the. Jesus Christ. YouTube does not get the blur. They don't get the blur. Should I be blurring YouTube? I don't know if, but YouTube doesn't get the music. That's for sure. I know on Twitch I can have it set up so that I can have, Spotify during the live, but then the VOD it doesn't have the Spotify track. Because I'm utilizing Stream Elements multi-stream, I don't think it gives me that option to do that for YouTube. So YouTube has to just deal with not having the music in there, at least until I start streaming non-copyrighted music. But let's face the facts, I don't know the words to those ones. I have a lot more stuff on my wrist nowadays, by the way. Like, this one I've had, but this one and this one, obviously, I got during Pride as gifts. But then this one, I got. This is actually my access wristband to the City Hall party for San Francisco Pride, and it's a waterproof one, so I'm keeping it on until it falls off, basically, just because it's pretty and sparkly. Jester Queen, welcome in to the TikTok chat. Welcome in. Say hi. What the fuck do you mean? Should you make me a Himawari bracelet? Of course. Of course you should. The fuck? Himawari. Yes. That is. Spotify's yelling at me because I haven't paid for premium yet. Oh, it does say that, doesn't it? Listen, I had a visit with my friend Lucy tonight, so I didn't read it straight, okay? Yes, that is my nickname from the bestie. Shut up. Stop. Anyways. What really sucks is that I'd really like to be able to have like the fancy alerts for TikTok, but I can't have my Tickfinity on when I'm not utilizing the stupid fucking TikTok live studio. Meanwhile, I'm beating a giant flower at the at the moment. Hell yeah, brother. Also, for those of my hearing impaired friends, or for those like me who just like having subtitles on, over on the Twitch chat, I have the option for closed captioning. So that's a thing. Because we're all about accessibility here. You want to do a duo? Is that a new? Do they allow duos now, or do you mean like a dual live playing OV? Ah, okay. Well, we can see if we can do that. Let me take a short break while I visit the little demon's room. I will be right back shortly. And then, if you're talking about wanting to do that now, I'll try. And we'll see how well that goes. I'm gonna have to tweak a lot of settings before we actually get into the game, though. BRB. What is going on in the Twitch chat? Oh my god. Can't leave you guys alone for 30 seconds. TikTok, you gotta join us over on Twitch, man, because these people are unhinged over there. Nothing, we're innocent. Sacrifices my supervisor to the elder gods. My two dead ass. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hold on.
Give me your sacrifices. Bring them all to me. Give me the soul of your supervisors.
Excuse me, Vex is officially awesome. Of course, Vex is officially awesome. They're my bestie. Come on now. Like there's no better duo than the Sinner and the Hex. Let's fucking go. Oh, okay. So I guess we'll try to do some Ovi. Uh, oh. Okay, fine. No, that's probably better anyway because I need to tweak some settings and stuff if we're gonna play. But in the meantime, we can go back. I don't know how much you'll enjoy the content, Vex, but we were for a while just reading some Reddit stories. I love the wholesomeness of of what's going on in the Twitch chat right now. Thank you. TikTok Doc just gave me head pats in the Twitch chat, and I like head pats. Listen, I don't make the rules, Vex. You're the one that's being a part of a wholesome interaction there. My hair, I don't know what my hair's doing, and I don't appreciate it. There we go. Wait. Oh, I don't have it set up for this, but you guys don't see it on TikTok. That's just a little little peek at something I'm working on. Sabrina and May's info. Sure. Bex, I know that probably says something very sweet, but I I I haven't been studying. I'm sorry. Ah, wait a minute. Are you being nice to me? I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. I know what kawaii is. Yes, I know. But these things are not true. I am I'm an infernal beast. What are we? Oh no. Oh no, what did we clip? I'm scared. Gotcha. I didn't watch the whole clip. All I saw was me fucking with my hair. Well, at least we're getting clips for the channel. Oh my god. You like my heart overlay? I should hold on. Do I have something to go along with it? Hold on. Listen, to anybody watching, I never promised a quality stream. I barely promised a functional stream. That's why I keep titling my stuff as multi-stream tests. So that when things go weird or things go awry, I have an excuse. Honestly, I'm just happy that I actually have an active Twitch chat going because yeah, TikTok. How y'all doing? How you doing, TikTok? Who just joined? I love God. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you joined the wrong channel, my friend. I actually had an SCP in my chat earlier. SCP-682, who is very, very wrongly accused of being a dangerous Keter class Euclid, and you know, lots of very, very mean things said about them in their SCP file. But in but in my oh no, we got another clip. But my experiences, SCP-682 was a very nice person. All right, what's this? What's this clip? What are we clipping? It's just my fucking awkwardness, Doc. That's all we're clipping. It's just my fucking awkwardness. Oh no. There's so many clips going on now. What is going on? Foxy, calm down. I'm mostly listening. Well, I'm glad you're at least able to listen in. Should we hold on? Let's go back over here. Let's find some more stuff to read. Oh, sorry, TikTok. Okay. Let's see here. Not my fault. You're clippable. Me too. Gonna run some. All right, Vex. Appreciate you. I. You say I'm clippable. I say I'm cringe. I don't know. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Okay, let's read this thing. Oh, let's do. To be cringe is to be free. It absolutely is. I'm adorable. I'm something. I don't know about adorable, but I'm something. All right. Let's go back to this. Am I the asshole for yelling at my ex-wife for driving our daughter without her booster seat? I, 35 male, share custody with my daughter, 9 female, with my ex-wife. My ex has her on the weekends and drops her off with me every Sunday, and of course dropped her off with me today. My ex has a new husband who has a 5-year-old son. When my ex dropped our daughter off today, I noticed she got out of the car from just a regular seat and wasn't in her booster seat. Turns out today, my ex and our daughter thought it would be fun to stop off at the park for a while before she dropped her off with me. When the 5-year-old heard this, he wanted to come along, and my ex and daughter agreed. My ex didn't want to go through the trouble of uninstalling the 5-year-old's car seat and putting it in her car. And her husband needed the car for errands, so he said it should be fine to put the 5-year-old in our daughter's booster seat and let her ride with just a seatbelt. And my ex agreed to this. I was so upset. I asked my ex how could she be so irresponsible to let our daughter ride without her booster seat. She said she didn't think it was a big deal since it wasn't a long drive and it was just one time, and that our daughter liked not being in the booster seat. Um, I got more upset and said it was completely irresponsible to drive our daughter anywhere without her booster seat because it's for her safety. I kind of snapped and yelled at her for a minute because I was so shocked and angry that she would disregard our daughter's safety like that. She got defensive and said that she would be disappointed if she told him he couldn't come with them, and our daughter liked not being in a booster seat. And I told her it was better to be disappointed with one child than put another in danger. And her daughter is 9; she isn't old enough to make the decision on her own. My ex left upset and since sent me some angry text message about her husband sent me one. Ah, and her husband sent me one saying I way overreacted. Am I the asshole? Depends on the height. If you're under a certain height, you need a booster, absolutely. But I feel like height would have been mentioned first if it was the issue. Um, yeah, I see. There's a lot of details and caveats that are missing from this story to really determine whether or not this person's being an asshole or not. Um, in any situation like this, I think that there are better ways of handling things. Yeah, OP may not have considered posting the height exactly. Might be mentioned in the comments. 9-year-olds still meet the criteria for needing one. Um, let's see, did the OP respond to this one? It's a really hard age. Mine is similar age, but most jurisdictions they no longer required to be in one. A lot of friends are out of one. So as long as the belt is correctly positioned, it's okay for not to be in one. And ultimately, tanking his relationship with his ex is do far more damage to the child than yeah. At that age, mine was too tall for them. Yeah. See, it's a case to case basis. I mean, if it's a small 9-year-old and you know, um, it's a safety issue, then obviously, you know, take the safety precautions seriously. Um, but I do think that 9 is kind of on the higher end of needing a booster seat exactly. But, you know, co-parenting, especially from what it sounds like, not exactly the best end of a relationship, um, can be tricky on its own. You know, without having to. It's important to be able to have those communication and everything about how you want to co-parent. You know. You know. Nope. I said nope. Okay, you're not gonna listen to me, Spotify. Do it that way. Let's see, what else can we find on here? Yeah, definitely needs more info type of situation. What else is a good subreddit here? Interesting as fuck. I always like the interesting as fuck ones. Let's browse some of this. I was flying JetBlue from St. Thomas to Puerto Rico, and my flight got delayed, so they rebooked me on Cessna. Jesus Christ, look at that thing. Would you feel safer in the? Oh Jesus. Would you feel safer or less safe in having to fly like this? Would you feel more comfortable in a big old like commercial airplane or in one of those like smaller like 4 people to a cockpit kind of or 4 people to a plane kind of planes? Oh, no worries. Do your thing. Always take care of the younglings. Dad's a pilot. Flying a small plane is so much cooler. Absolutely. Oh my god, I would love to. Natasha, welcome to the TikTok live chat. I don't know why I said it like that. Welcome to the TikTok chat. Hello, hello. Say hi if you are here. I'm bad at this chat. I don't know why y'all are still here. I'm terrible at this. Um, I am afraid of what Reddit is gonna just randomly decide to show. Next fucking level. These ones are always fun. Oh my god. Uh, Guy walks away without injury after a severe crash. Airbags worked exactly as intended. Should I? Oh my god, look at that. Jesus. We saved an owl lost at sea. Oh my god. Whoa, why is there a phone number? Um, I do not recommend posting phone numbers in the chat. What are you doing? Don't make me block you guys. I don't want to block people. I don't. Brightzilla post. 2 hot takes. A good subreddit. Best of Redditor updates. 2 hot takes. I do like those ones. Let's see that. 2 hot takes. Ooh, 2 sentence horror stories are always fun too. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, let's do one. Let's do one from 2 hot takes. Um, okay. My girlfriend faked a pregnancy to test how I'd react to bad news. Lovely. I, 27 male, am still spinning from this. My girlfriend, 26 female, of 2 years, has been distant lately. I chalked it up to work stress. Then, 3 nights ago, she comes into our room looking pale and serious and says, I'm pregnant. I froze. I tried to stay calm and told her we'd figure it all out, even though we were not ready. We talked for over an hour. I cried a little. I even started looking up clinics and OBs on my phone while she just stared at me. Then she bursts out laughing and says, Oh my god, babe, you passed. I wanted to see how you'd react under pressure. I didn't speak. I just got up, left the apartment for a walk. When I came back, she was acting like I overreacted and that it's not a big deal if the outcome was good. I told her it was cruel, manipulative, and that trust doesn't work like that. She said, so you'd so you'd rather I not know if you're the kind of guy who steps up?" She still doesn't get why I'm shaken. Is this grounds to walk away? Absolutely. I am sorry. That yes, walk away, run. That's not no, that's not okay. Not okay at all. It's fucking gross. Like especially especially when you're like oh, no sleep. Oh, absolutely. So one of my favorite podcasts is called the No Sleep Podcast, and if you're not familiar with them, fucking check them out, dude. Especially if you're a fan of podcasts or like audiobooks, they're so good. They're like fully cast, fully voice recorded and produced. It's amazing. Um, but yeah, I do love me some No Sleep. I just don't know if I can commit to reading an entire No Sleep post. But Let's check out some of this 2 sentence horror stories, shall we? Okay, let's sort by the best. And 2 minutes ago. Okay. How do you go top? Oh, there we go. Top. Let's go top this year. Let's go this year. Okay. Since these are only 2 sentence horror stories, we'll read, let's read 5 of them. Okay. Okay. Help me, I'm trapped, cried the little girl through the freshly uncovered gaps in the rubble. Fuck that, yelped the archaeologist and hurriedly placed back the ancient tombstones. Wait, the comments. Hold on. Just saw it on my way out. By far the smartest character of all the stories in the sub. Okay, here's the next one. The first thing we taught the AI machines was the first law of robotics. They may not. Jesus Christ. The first thing we taught the AI machines was the first law of robotics. They may not injure a human being. The second thing we taught them was that certain groups aren't really human. Especially with like today's climate, dude. That shit hits. Twizzy's Arcade, welcome to the TikTok chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's see here. Please, God, do not look into. Do not. Oh, Jesus. Please, God, don't let it look in the closet. I silently prayed. Please, God, don't let it look in the closet. It parroted back to me from the next room. Oh, that one is creepy. Jesus Christ. Okay. Please hold while I get my hair under control, chat. I will be right back. Well, you guys can just hang out. I'm just taking off my headphones. I always do this. I say I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. All right. Let's see if we can do one of these no sleep ones. Okay. Let's see. Let's do top. Let's do top this week. Hopefully one won't be too long. Jesus, I said not too long. That thing's gigantic. Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, I think no sleep has to be for a day when I can actually commit to reading. Because things are difficult right now, chat. And I can't. There's no way I'd be able to read this entire thing. I'm struggling as it is. Let's go back to. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. 2 hot takes. Do 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 do. Fuck it, I'm going back to Am I the Asshole? These are fun. And they get conversations going, which I appreciate. I don't want to turn the fan up though because it might mess with the audio. We can't have that. Okay. Let's see. How are we sorting through this? Okay, top. Let's do top this year for Am I the Asshole? Okay. This one was a month ago. Oh, hold on. There we go. My husband will invite his family and friends over without telling me until that day. He then expects me to clean, run to the store, and prep/cook everything. I finally just decided to leave the house the last time he told me. uh, I finally just decided to leave the house the last time he told me because I only had 4 hours till their arrival. He canceled. Uh, the thing is, his family is constantly judging and talking about each other. So when he says it doesn't matter, they don't care, I know, and he knows, he's full of it. Also, it's not just the tidying the house. We are not regularly stocked in food or drinks to have people over. When I got home, I asked what he was planning on having for dinner, and he responded, "I don't know. I guess it's good that they aren't coming over anymore." Now he's sulking, saying I am the problem because I can't go with the flow. I have told him multiple times that I just need a couple days' notice to get things in order, but he insists I'm just difficult, uptight, and uncooperative. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole because I think it's very um it's valid to want to be able to make sure that you're a good host, you know, if you have people coming over. And if it's constantly like last minute things, like either you have to set up the expectation that people are either going to bring their own, like do a potluck kind of hang, like, hey, bring your own beer kind of deal, or, you know, just give us more prep time. You know, don't just spring it on somebody and expect them to be chill with it. You know, it's common courtesy, you know, communication. I think that's what it boils down to with a lot of these issues is communication. You know, with the whole co-parenting thing from earlier, um, with the sleepover issues from the other post. You know, it's just about communicating and setting those boundaries early and enforcing them, right? And sometimes you just get people like Kat from the other post that we read earlier, where it's just they don't respect boundaries, and sometimes you gotta be the asshole, unfortunately, or at least feel like the asshole. Um. Okay. 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 What's next? What's next? Oh, speaking of, that was the one I was just talking about. The enforcing basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover. Okay. Am I the asshole for ordering alcohol? I'm currently on a solo trip in Tenerife. I do not know how to pronounce that. All inclusive to save having to look for places to eat by myself. The hotel has club style seating, meaning that all tables are tables of 8 and people get sat together. Apparently, it's to encourage a sense of community and conversation. Last night, I was seated first and had a glass of wine. A family of 5 got seated at my table, 2 adults and 3 children. The mother turned to me and said, "We do not wish to expose our children to women drinking alcohol." I smiled and said perhaps they should ask to move table. Uh, I smiled and said perhaps they should ask to move tables if it was an issue, but I would be drinking the wine. They noticed I was on my own and made passive aggressive comments about this. I went up to get my food and on return the wine had disappeared. A waiter came over and asked to see my wristband for the all inclusive and said the family had told them I was underage and must have sneaked away from my parents. He was very apologetic and returned with a fresh glass of wine just as the family came back with their food. Am I the asshole for requesting the waiter brought me the full bottle along with a couple shots of vodka? The family stormed out of the restaurant when I drank the shots as they arrived at the table. No, dude, you're not the asshole. Absolutely not. Like, you can't. Oh my god. Here's the thing: is this goes on the whole concept of like it's against my religion, so you shouldn't be able to do it. Like, that's the whole like meme, right? Like, it should be it's against my religion, so I can't partake in it. Not it's against my religion, so you can't partake in it. Like, fuck that noise. Like, you know. So if you're going to be partaking in a an activity um, of mixed values, let's say, you have to be willing to have that flexibility, or be to have that acceptance for how others are gonna behave, you know. um if you're going on this, I don't even know what this is, all exclusive hotel. So yeah, it's a trip somewhere abroad. I don't know where Tenerife is, or Tenerife. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. um but you're at a hotel. If you go to a hotel and they have community seating, you're going to be exposed to all types of people. So if you don't want to deal with that, go somewhere else. Like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, it's the whole same thing with the religious types being like, don't do this or don't do that. Like, get off my ass. It's not hurting anybody. Like, pay attention to yourself. Leave me alone. Um, Especially because this does seem very religion coded, right? Because it says, um, we do not wish to expose our children to women drinking alcohol. And that specifically, the women drinking alcohol part, is what makes me feel like it's very religion coded. Something about the culture says that it's improper for women to partake in alcohol, or whatever the case may be. So if you don't want your kids exposed to women drinking alcohol, don't put them in an environment where women have the absolute right and ability to imbibe in alcohol. Simple. If you don't want to sit next to this woman who's enjoying a glass of wine, ask to be moved. I don't. Not a big deal. People, there's so much other shit to worry about in this life than this stuff. Let's see. Let's see. These are fun. Um, am I the asshole for not giving my sister my wife's clothes? Hmm. My wife was a corporate lawyer and mediator. She had some very nice work clothes. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and was gone in 2 years. The last 6 months of her life were hell. My sister Sarah didn't do jack shit for us, for us. Jack shit for. Okay, that has to be a typo. My sister Sarah didn't do jack shit for us during that time. My wife never liked her. I do not like her. Jesus. She is a selfish cow. Oh my God. At my wife's wake, okay, I keep forgetting this is your wife that we're talking about. That's okay. At my wife's wake, she started asking about my wife's clothes, and I brushed her off. She wanted to pick out a few pieces to remember my wife by, and I ignored her. Sorry, chat. It's been 6 months, and I've attended my mom's birthday, but I am still not in a good mood. In the mood to deal with people. Then Sarah comes, asking about my wife's clothes. I told her my wife wanted me to donate them to a women's shelter, and she often, I assume he meant that she often helped. It will, and Jesus, I cannot read this. I told her my wife wanted me to donate them to this women's shelter, and she often helped. It will help women in need with their own court cases, court appointments, and job interviews. My sister Sarah said my wife was even selfish in death. Jesus Christ. I asked her what the fuck did she mean? And she started going off about how my wife always thought she was better than her, and it's not fair that the clothes are going to charity and not to family. I told my sister I would rather see my wife's clothes lit on fire than on her back. My sister started crying, and my mom came out to see what was wrong. My mom told me to be easy on my sister because she was talking about my wife's death. She was taking my. My mom told me to be easy on my sister because she was talking about my wife's death hard. I don't know if this person is if their English is second to them, but it is difficult to read their sentences sometimes. Um, let's see. The fucking insanity of that coming out of my mom's mouth made me grab my gift and leave. My mom acts like I had to ruin her birthday by being melodramatic, but I cannot believe their emotional blackmail towards me over fucking clothes that they have no right to. Yeah, dude. Definitely not the asshole. Sounds like your mom's kind of an asshole, and your sister. Well, so more so your sister than your mom, because I'm sure she's just like trying to be a supportive mother and not really knowing the full story of everything that's going on. But yeah, that's fucking wild. I honestly, I don't know how I would have reacted any differently than you have. I absolutely would have lost my shit on my sister because my wife just passed and you're trying to steal her clothes and then you're getting mad that she wants her clothes donated to help people in need with their own court cases and being able to look nice for their court cases and appointments and interviews. Like, don't be a dick, Sarah. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope your night's going well over there. I took my earbud out and totally forgot to put it back in. All good, all good. I don't know. Oh, that means you missed both those stories. That's all right. That's all right. We had some wild ones. We had some wild ones. Um, let's keep going. Am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him? From not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him. Interesting. Okay, let's see where this goes. My, oh, they're 50. Okay. My 50 son, 17, recently got into a car accident with a drunk driver. I am very thankful that he is alive, obviously, but his car is totaled. The drunk driver was driving a pickup, and my son drives a small old convertible, most likely the reason for the amount of damage. And he is fairly injured, i.e., multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc., and is currently recovering. This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the accident. One of my coworkers was bitching to me about the supervisor. Well, tell them that you're going to sacrifice your supervisor to me. Remember? Remember?
Also, the supervisors belong to Chance the Sinner. Bring them to me so I may devour them.
Anyways, where were we? This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night. Welcome back, Boxy. The night of the accident. My family, my wife 45, daughter 14, got there, I want to say an hour before his girlfriend. When she came in, she ran to him in his hospital bed, and started hugging and kissing him, mainly lips, but other places on his face too. She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive. And I was happy that my son and his girlfriend had such a good relationship. As we were driving home that night, upset that I didn't. My wife said she was upset I didn't say anything to my son's girlfriend. I asked why I would have, as she was being a good partner. Um, don't we all? We all have things that we could say about our supervisors, don't we, Doc? Um, my wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said that he was going off to college regardless, and that she was being a really nice partner, and that night showed us how much she truly cared for him. She rushed off to work to get there. She rushed off of work to get there and was still wearing her work clothes as she got there. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought it was gross and that I should just ask her to leave sometimes. I told her that I'm not telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away something that clearly makes him happy. She told me it was gross and that I need to put a stop to it. I told her she was worrying about the wrong thing and that anything that brought our son comfort was good. My brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing. She told me I needed to step up and do my job, and I've kept thinking about it, and have started, Jesus, and I have started to keep thinking about it and thinking that I am in the wrong. Jesus Christ, no, you are not in the wrong. Um, your son's 17. Um, I think this is a classic case of projection on your wife's part. I think she is scared. I think she is worried. I think she is going through a very traumatic experience of her offspring being in a severe car accident. And I think that she is grasping onto anything she can to feel in control. And unfortunately, in this instance, it seems the fact that this, to her perspective, outsider is coming in and giving her son comfort that she can't bring him, you know. And um, I think that, especially for a mother, that could be very hard to witness. You know, your offspring who has relied on you for 17 years, all of a sudden being able to find comfort and um, safety within the arms of somebody else, other than their mother. So no, I don't think that this person is the asshole for allowing his son's girlfriend to show him love. Yes, takes grilled cheese and noms. Sounds like the mom had a serious case of Jesus. Wait, shares my grilled cheese. Love it, love it. It's got Parmesan, cheddar, mozzarella, and a smear of veg. Hmm. Boxy, 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 boxy. I know you're Australian. I've never tried Vegemite. I'm terrified too. I know it's like a little goes a long way on that stuff. All I saw was 7 inches. I was like, what is going on in the chat? Got a 7 inch cheese pull. That's respectable. I love it. Natasha Holly up in the TikTok chat. Welcome in. Say hi. And Manasi, don't deny me, maybe Vegemite. Now, is there a difference? Oh my God. Am I going to get ousted from ever visiting Australia if I ask this? I had once when I was in high school. Is there a difference between Vegemite and what's the other one? What's the other mite? It's Vegemite and God, what's the other one? What's the other one? I can't remember. There's another one. There's another like yeasty spread. Um, God, I can't think of it right now. Marmite. Yeah, Marmite. Yeah, 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 yeah. The British atrocity that is Marmite. Jesus. Okay. I've never had it. I'm terrified to try it. I know it's very strong. Vex, have a good night. Good night. Thank you for hanging out and lurking for as long as you did. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I shall have a good stream. Well, I'll try. All right. Sounds good. Riku in the TikTok chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. Say hi. Dane. Good catch, dog. Good catch. I love all my Twitch friends getting along, especially when one of them is like my actual bestie IRL. And look at that, enough time has passed, enough chats have passed for my stream elements to give the Nice little prompt there. Love that. Love that. Even though everybody in here is already following me, my brain can't handle the multitasking. I get it. I'm sorry. If I mean, I don't know how much I'm helping or not helping with the whole brain multitasking situation, but I'm glad you're here. Vex is cool. I give the boxy stamp of approval. Not that Vex needed it. Vex absolutely gets the stamp of approval. All right, all right, all right. Let's get another one of these going. Ooh, ooh. Welcome to Chance the Sinner's channel. We are going to read this one now. Am I the asshole for not disclosing that I am not Christian? Let's get into that one. To preface this, I do commissioned artwork and don't discriminate against any subject unless it is racist, homophobic, otherwise hateful, or sexually disturbing. I did a commissioned art piece with Christian iconography, a beautiful ornate cross, a saint, and sculpture in calligraphy. The client was happy with my work, paid me, and then asked me what my favorite scripture was. I was honest and just said, "Oh, I don't really have one because I'm not Christian and wouldn't really know which ones I'd like." He became upset and told me that he felt lied to because I have posted artwork of Christian subjects before, and he assumed that I would be Christian. He said the art doesn't hold the same spiritual value because it wasn't made with faithful intention. I was kind of unsure what to say. I said, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I do artwork for everyone, and I am open to doing Christian artwork because it's for the client, not for me. Should I be disclosing that I don't share a certain faith when commissioned to do artwork? Am I the asshole?" No, no, absolutely fucking not. First of all, if you are an artist and you decide to commission your art, it's on the person hiring you to make sure that you align with them morally if that's an issue for them, right? Or spiritually, I guess. Um, which I think is just a wild um, way to measure things, I guess. I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. From an ex Mormon who did art for church stuff. Boxy in Twitch says, "So hi, I studied the theological college for 2 years to be a priest, not Catholic. Very interesting. I did no studying, but I am an ordained minister by three quote unquote spiritual groups. Um, two, three, two that I can think of right now. One is like quote unquote the official one. Well, I mean they're both official because they're both recognized, but the first one is I think through World Life Church or something like that. It's just the basic ordination to be able to do all the fancy things. Um, but I'm also a part of. I'm an ordained. What's the term? Dudist monk. um, through the Church of the Dude, which is a Big Lebowski church. Um, but from a church history perspective, if the church and Christians only bought art from folks in the same religion, the church would have very little art. No, for real. Absolutely. That's the thing, is that, yeah, the dude abides, exactly. Um, but what I like to say is because I'm actually an ordained minister, but I'm also an atheistic Satanist, I like to say I'm a satanic priest. Um, but this little demon has to go to the little demon's room again. So bear with me. I will be back. I will put some music on that you guys can vibe to while I step away for a few seconds. Um, if it would cooperate, that'd be amazing. There we go. Oh no. Please just at least keep the chat in one piece while I'm gone, Boxy. Thank you. I'll be back. Okay, okay. Is the chat still in one piece over there? Oh my god. Oh my god, so much has happened. Rafiki voice, it is time. Turns all the teaspoons in the drawer the other way up. Adjust glass to do this. Let's do this. Oh my god. Glitters ominously. I need to hold on. There we go. Well, at least on Twitch and YouTube, you guys can see the chat now of how unhinged it's being. Oh my god. TikTok, y'all gotta join us on Twitch because somebody needs to control these children. Because I certainly as hell can't. You are a good chat. You're a great chat. God, I'm looking rough tonight. I'm sorry, chat. I should have shaved. I should have at least shaved before coming on stream. Okay, let's go 2 months ago. Am I the asshole for making my sister's gender reveal cake gray because she wouldn't tell me the gender? This is actually hilarious to me. Oh, calm down, Ren. Jesus. 23 male. Nothing's wrong with stubble. I don't enjoy it on my face personally, especially not this long. I'm a little bit more clean shaven than this. We don't have to get into that. Don't make me all self conscious. I'm gonna end my stream. Do you want me to end my stream because you have me staring at my hairy face? um. Okay. Am I the asshole for making my sister's gender reveal cake gray because she wouldn't tell me the gender? I, 23 male, bake as a hobby, and I'm actually pretty good at it. Like, I get paid under the table for weddings and baby showers, kind of good. My sister is pregnant and wanted me to make the cake for her gender reveal. Cool, no problem. I asked her to send me the info so I could prep the inside classic pink or blue filling. Um, wait, who's leaving? Oh, right, because I said I would end the. Yeah, see, exactly. I was like, wait, who's leaving? Hold on. I'm getting alerts over here. Give me a second. Oh, have you heard this one already? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. I, 23 male. Oh, I already read this. Okay. My sister is pregnant and wanted me to do the cake for the gender reveal. Cool, no problem. I asked her to send me the info so I could prep the inside classic pink or blue filling. She said, "Oh no, I want I want to be surprised too. Just make it neutral for the reveal and we'll all find out together." I was like, "Huh? So you want a gender reveal cake with no gender revealed?" She said she says she'll have someone email the info to me later. That someone never did. Deadline oh my god. Deadline comes and I still have no gender. So I make the cake. It's gray inside, gray outside, and just full of just full on cement vibes. I even added a little fondant clouds for effect. It still tasted great, but visually grim as hell. The reveal day comes. They cut into it. My sister looks pissed. Her husband is confused. People start murmuring. Then she pulls me aside like, "Why would you make it gray? That's so passive aggressive." Calmly reminded her that no one told me the gender. I literally had no data to work with. I told her I wasn't about to guess or go full improv on someone's baby cake. Now my mom says I embarrassed her in front of the family and that I should have tried harder. Tried harder to do what? Summon the gender through vibes? So am I the asshole for making the most neutral reveal cake in history? Edit. I actually did follow up. I actually did follow up. Asked her. Actually did follow up. Asked her a couple days before the reveal if the info had been sent. And she just said something like, "Yeah, someone's taking care of it." I figured it was handled. I didn't want to pester her since she seemed chill about it at the time. um, no, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole at all. I don't think. I mean, here's the thing though, is like I have been described by many of people, by multiple partners, by friends, loved ones, countrymen, all of the above. I've been referred to as a Sour Patch Kid. Let's say no, let's not say that's exactly it. People have described me as a Sour Patch Kid because I'm a little asshole, but I'm really sweet sometimes. You know, first I'm sour, then I'm sweet. Um, to the point where I really want to get a Sour Patch Kid tattooed somewhere on myself. Blue raspberry, of course. Anyways, so like, I personally I find this hilarious, um, because what is going on? Hold on. Okay, we're still good. Yeah, we're still good. All right, we can go to FaceTime though. Because here's the thing: is like, personally speaking, being the little shit that I am, if I baked and somebody was like, "Bake me a gender reveal cake," and I was like, "Yes, of course." first of all, I have my own issues with that because gender reveals to me is fucking stupid. Um, oh no, I'm so sorry, Doc. I'm so sorry. Um, but gender reveals generally are stupid. Um, especially when they have those all the ones that go awry, right? The dye powders, the freaking f- flames and fires and all this stupid shit that people do to do gender reveals. It's so dumb. And then yeah, anyways, that beyond that, so let's say that I agree to do this gender reveal thing, right? But then you don't give me any of the information that's pretty detrimental to a gender reveal, like the perceived gender of that's to be revealed. um, if anything, exactly. Yeah, we know what's in the baby's diaper. Exactly. It's like if anything, if this baby ends up being queer in any sense of the word, they're gonna love the fact that their gender reveal cake was gray, because I know I would. Um, because yeah, go fuck yourself. Like I don't even know what gender I am at the time. It's always poop. Ashley in Dublin, artist and dog. Welcome to the TikTok chat. But yeah, like um I haven't really given an answer of whether or not you're actually an asshole or not in this situation because to me you're not. You know, you're a smart ass sibling in this situation. Um Now, considering the fact that oh Jesus, I'm losing my headphones there. Now, considering the fact that your sister probably seems like the type that's like, you know, super wants things to go a certain way and you know yada yada yada, I'm sure there were other avenues that you could have taken to find out the information you needed to, but also it sounds like you put forth as much effort as you know as you could have as far as reaching out to people and at the same time not trying to you know be overbearing about it. I don't know. I'm kind of on OP's side on with this. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's freaking hilarious. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. Oh shit. Sorry, TikTok. Oh, this is a long one. Holy shit. Okay. Well, not too long, but longer than I was expecting. Am I the asshole for not telling my husband's family that I speak their language? Holy shit. Like, before we even get into the story, chat, you tell me. If you knew, if you had a partner whose family spoke a different language and you spoke that language but they didn't know, would you disclose it to them? Would you disclose it to them right away? Those are big differentials, right? It's like, do you sit back and see how they dialogue around you, thinking that you don't understand what they're saying? And then being like, hey, by the way, I understood every single word, motherfucker. Or do you walk up to them and be like, yo, I know this language. I'm here for it, you know? Making it so that it's they know that it's impossible to talk behind your back without you knowing what they're saying. So that's an interesting debacle because I um obviously am not white American. I am Filipino and Japanese. So my family, I am first generation born and raised here. So I speak two languages, English and bad English. I do not speak any other language, at least not well. I've learned enough Spanish to annoy the Spanish speakers, um, but that's about it. Um, I've always wished. Oh my god! So when I was in high school, um, we were given the choice of foreign language or fine arts, which is how I got into theater. Cause your boy wasn't doing foreign language. Um, but now, with 20 plus years of hindsight, I wish I had taken a foreign language class or two, because I have a story to tell that's kind of related. Okay, yeah, let us know, Doc. Let us know. For those of you who are not in the Twitch chat, I have some friends over in the Twitch chat right now, and one of them apparently has a story that's semi-related, which I will, um, relate as we move along. Till then, because I do not want to rush Doc, we will read this one. Um, oh, but as I was saying, before we get into this, we'll see what happens first. Um, what I was saying is that I wish I had learned a different language, because when I was pretending to be a good little Mormon child, I had a girlfriend at the time. I'm AFAB, and some of the guys in my ward found out that I have a girlfriend who was gossiping about me. Love that. Love that. Not actually. Let's be real. Your mom joined my chat. um. Anyways, yeah. I think it would be fun to know a language that your person, your significant other's family didn't realize that you speak as well. I don't know if you're still in the chat, your mom, but Boxy over on Twitch says hello. And Boxy even did it in the Australian way and did MUM. Mum. um, Doc says they're fairly fluent in ASL, American Sign Language, but no one knows. The guys were signing. I looked at them and signed, I know ASL, and they never spoke ill of me again. That's hilarious. I love that. That's amazing. Um, ASL, another thing I wish I had taken the time to learn. I know, like, turtle, which I love. Bullshit, which is also one that makes me laugh. Um, there's some other ones I know, like, I think this is like to give birth. Something. Uh, actually, sign language, just like Spanish, is one of those things that I know enough to piss off the people whose demographic it actually belongs to. Because, like, when I was when I had the press passes for working San Francisco Pride, you know, a lot of times it was super loud. So anytime I would take someone's photo, I would say thank you. See, oh my god, I gotta pee again. But before I do, um, that's the thing is I feel that okay, I understand languages being what they are, regional and whatnot. Different languages are going to develop differently, and um, sign language is no different. You know, but I feel, I feel like sign language should be a universal thing. Like, can we just have like the sign language gods come together and just agree on a universal language for uh for sign language. Oh, interesting, interesting. ASL came from French sign, Auslan came from BSL. So there's international sign. Interesting. I wonder how much crossover there is between like different sign languages. You know, no one uses either. Yeah. Okay. Um, apparently, go ahead and tear the chat up again because, again, I drink too much water on stream. Disrespect your surroundings. I should add that to my soundboard. Oh no, I don't think that anything's ever going wrong. I think things are only going right in the chat. All right, subtly bribes. Are they the fun kind of gummies? Yeah, exactly. What kind of gummies? Oh, right. I was in the middle of reading a story or trying to. Okay. So, am I the asshole for not telling my husband's family that I speak their language? My husband Peter, 29 male, and I, 27 female, have been married for about 3 years. We have one child together, and I was pregnant with our second. I'm Western Canadian, while he is from Germany. We lived in I always want to say Canada. um, we lived in Canada for a long time, but because of inflation, moved back to Germany. Moving back to Germany seemed like a better option for us. We bought a nice house in Hanover, where Peter is from. The day of our flights to Germany, we all visited Peter's family. This was the second time I have seen them. The first was at our wedding. They greeted us and brought us inside of the house, fussing over my son. We had dinner and soon we left the house, wanting to settle into our new home. We visited Peter's family often for the next few months, but I had started to realize that they would sometimes speak about me in German. They would make rude comments on my hair and makeup, questioning my fashion choices, and overall were just being very unkind to me. They also said mean things about my pregnant belly, which I was already insecure about. Ooh. Freaking rude. I ended up talking to my husband about this. I told him that I didn't like the way that they were treating me. I said that I hated how my every choice was judged. He told me that he would talk to his family. BRB, going on break and need to discuss things with coworkers. Okay, have fun. I hope things go well. That sounds slightly ominous, but I hope things are going okay for you. Um, let's see. The next time that we went to his parents' house, there were no more mean comments. Um, for about 3 months, it was like nothing ever happened. I gave birth to a perfect baby girl that we named Lilith. Love the name. Okay. Peter's family was very upset when they heard the name. If you didn't know, Lilith means ghost or of the night. We didn't pick this name because of its meaning, but because it's a name that every girl in my family has had for many years. My middle name is Lilith, along with my mom's and my grandma's, and even my great grandma's. Um, you did make Stream Elements talk again. I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, yes, Lilith is a fantastic name. For a while, I didn't visit my in laws. I didn't want to hear them talk about how I shouldn't have named my daughter Lilith. But yesterday, we saw them again. It was my mother in law's birthday. As soon as we showed up, things started to go badly. Everybody wanted, everybody wanted to hold Lilith, which made my mother in law upset because people weren't paying attention to her and made me feel overwhelmed. I didn't want people holding her. I was going through a pretty bad postpartum depression and was still pretty early and it was still pretty early to see people. I let people look at her but declined when anyone would ask to hold her. That's absolutely valid. Um, Jumping off of that, I have sorry, people are stirring in the household now. Um, but I have had many encounters with people going through different stages of postpartum, and it is a very intense thing to go through. So, you know, it's completely understandable that it's good on her for even letting you look at the baby, you know, and being able to be any type of social in this situation, considering what she was going through. Anyways, during dinner, I heard my sister-in-law talking to my mother-in-law in German. I heard her complaining about how she couldn't hold my baby. My sister-in-law even had the audacity to call me, and I quote, a fat, ugly, hokey addict. Um, I turned to my sister-in-law and mother-in-law and told them off in German. I basically said I've always known what they have said about me, but calling me names was the last straw. I also mentioned how I have known German for almost my whole life. The table instantly blew up. People were yelling at me because apparently this was my fault. I left with Peter and haven't talked to them since. So am I the asshole? No. No. I think you had every right to keep the fact that you spoke that language under wraps. You know. Now, again, it goes into the whole like how quickly do you divulge this information? Because if you just maybe didn't have the chance to quite yet and then observe them talking about you before you even had the chance to divulge said information, then that's not on you. You know, like if I realized that people were talking shit about me just because they didn't realize that I understood what they were saying, I wouldn't tell them all of a sudden that I understood what they were saying, at least not yet. I'd, you know, let them dig their own hole and then see them flounder when I reveal that, hey, I know what's going on. Postpartum depression is shit. Yep. Times are hard enough without the depression too. Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a couple more here. Am I the asshole for not ordering any food so I wouldn't have to split the bill? Hmm. That is a long one that I do not want to read. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Okay. Um, let's see. Sydney, welcome to the TikTok chat. Welcome in, welcome in. I maintain that no one excluding partners is or should know anything about me. Yeah, exactly. Nobody has the right to know anything about you unless you decide exactly what you reveal about you is a gift. Exactly. 1,000,000% Boxy. Um, there. I'm over here trying to have a serious conversation about how whatever you decide to reveal about yourself to anybody is a gift. Meanwhile, I saw Reddit open over here, and this is what I'm seeing on my screen while I'm trying to have a serious conversation. So every time I look down, I giggle. Because also, what does this say about my my algorithm? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Anyways. um. Yeah. Whatever you decide to hello camera. Can you get a grip? Thank you. Whatever you decide to reveal about yourself to anybody is a gift, and you know how much of the true you that you decide to reveal is also a gift. Mm. Oh, okay. This is a long one, but the title grabbed me. Okay. Am I the asshole for playing a voice recording to prove to my friend her daughter isn't nonverbal? Yikes. Yikes. Okay. So I, 30 female, have a friend, 34 female, who has a nonverbal daughter, 3 female. Let's call her Allie. I watched her 4 days out of the week in my in-home daycare. Sorry, let's do this. I require contacts for every child, and she never filled out the special needs section. And at no point when she asked me to take Allie did she mention any type of speech delay or non-speaking issue. Excuse me. Although Allie didn't speak much at first, I figured she was shy. She communicated her needs to me very well and said small things to me frequently. Last month, I was in the bathroom. I keep the door barely cracked with a wedge so I can listen for any dangers and they can't walk in on me or see me. She walked by and said, "Ew, you stinky." I laughed and told her mom at pickup that what she said and was met with, "She isn't verbal. Why would you mock her?" I reassured her that Allie has spoken to me quite a few times um, and I thought it was a huge milestone from when she first arrived and was barely saying anything at all. She told me she didn't believe me and that it was messed up that I would make something like that up to upset her. I told her that I wasn't trying to upset her, but I wasn't lying either. I didn't press the issue further. Here's where I might be the asshole. I decided I decided to record Allie, a voice recording, not her face, telling me her name and what her favorite animal is. I had full intention of showing mom the recording, but I was scared at first because of her blow up at me, and I didn't know how she would react. After after a few short pickups and drop-offs, she told me it was water under the bridge and that she didn't want to talk about it anymore. She even insisted that I went to a birthday party. After that, I was just happy Allie could continue, and I ended up forgetting that I had the recording at all. Let's try that again. After that, I was just happy Allie could continue, and I ended up forgetting I had the recording at all. That is worded weirdly. Fast forward to Friday, about a month later. She had a birthday party for her other child. At the party, I was socializing with other family members. Honestly, I'm a total dumbass for forgetting that her family fully thought that she was nonverbal. I mentioned the funny things Allie said to me while we were reading an animal book. Turns out the person I was talking to was her sister and started yelling at me, saying she's nonverbal. Why are you lying? Both her and her sister start berating me, saying that it's fucked up that that I'm making this up about Allie being verbal. At this point, I'm tired of being called a liar. I have two disabled children whom my son was nonverbal for many years. I wouldn't lie about something like this. So while everybody was staring at me, I was scared and felt backed into a corner. So I, remembering that I had the recording, decided to prove my case and play the voice recording. Everybody was shocked, and my friend told me to leave. I told her that I didn't want to cause issues, but I'm not going to be berated and be called a liar. She said that I crossed the line recording her daughter and that I'm an asshole for embarrassing her at the party. Now I feel horrible and wondering if I should have just let it go. Edit for clarification and extra context. Whenever she did, whenever she would pick up and drop off, she wouldn't ask me much other than how was her nap, how did she eat, and I would hand her the daily report, and she would leave, and not stay for small talk. Even I would try to initiate. I know people have busy lives, so I'm not gonna try to make them stay and talk to me out of about their life story. Jesus. Okay. I also didn't do the recording to embarrass her in any way. I didn't mean any vindication by it. I can admit I should have showed her immediately after I recorded it, but I'm also human and I was afraid of a second blow up. Then after her saying it was water under the bridge, I was happy it wasn't going to be taking Allie away, so I put it in the back of my mind and forgot about it. I feel bad about how I went about my defense, hence the post. I know it's unprofessional and unethical. I apologize profusely to everybody at the party, as family as well. I'm putting cameras in my home that everybody will have access to, as well as updating the contacts to let parents know what is going to happen going forward. Peace of mind for everyone sounds good to me. Also, I will be making a call to the CPS about the situation and see what they have to say. Thanks for everybody and your kind words. Yeah, I mean, that one's a hard one, right? Because you're dealing with other people's kids. And yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation because there's a lot of because it says it's a friend of hers too. It's not just a client because it says in the beginning, I have a friend who has a nonverbal daughter that she watches. So, um, yeah, exactly. It's difficult because you have my nephew, the oldest one. He watched a lot of Dora growing up. Like he loved Dora the Explorer to the point where um, there was one time where I picked him up from his Sunday school class, and his Sunday school teacher comes to me. He's like, she goes, "Does he speak English? Or how long is he speaking English, or something like that?" And I was like, "All he speaks is English." And apparently, during Sunday school, he was just speaking Spanish the entire time. Like everything that he learned from Dora, he was just spewing out during Sunday school. And to the point where like they thought that he was a Spanish speaker and didn't realize that he even knew English. So like, kids are kids, dude. So like it's weird. Now the kid is 3. So that's definitely something that you would want to have, checked out professionally, making sure that there isn't some sort of like uh selective mutism or anything like that that's going on, or some sort of trauma response going on. But generally speaking, you know, um, a lot of times you could chalk it up to kids being kids because, like I said, like none of us speak Spanish. Like none of us are even close to Spanish speakers. Like yeah, okay, Filipino, Tagalog, they have a lot of similarities in Spanish in the Spanish language, but that's just because the Spaniards also raped and pillaged us. So I mean, other than that, like none of my family speaks any type of Spanish. So all of a sudden, coming up and having his Sunday school teacher be like, "Yo, does he speak English at all? Because you speak in Spanish the entire time." You know, and we, like I said, none of us had any idea. But that goes back on the whole like, you know, if he starts dating a Mexican person or a Spanish speaking person, you know, does he reveal that he has his doctorate in Dora the Explorer? Okay, okay, okay. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end live because it is almost 4:30. Now, just because I am ending the live does not mean I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, I don't know where I'm going with that. But does not you know what? Just because I'm ending the live does not mean it is the end of our journey because I do plan on coming back on and probably in a few hours cuz I'm not going to sleep. Um but I am also trying to you know, other people in this house. And look at me. I'm like I'm sweaty. It's so hot. And that's the other thing is I just want to strip down and be naked for a while and not be so hot. Um, so I'm gonna take a break for at least a couple hours. I might jump back on in like 20 minutes. Who knows? That's my brain is all over the place right now. So who knows what'll happen in 20 minutes? But as far as this current situation right now, I am going to say good night. Au revoir. Thank you for hanging out. Um, Doc, Boxy, it's always a pleasure. I hope to see you guys again soon. Boxy, I don't know what time it is in Australia right now. What time is it for you right now? 9:30 p.m. Jesus Christ. All right, fine. Well, we'll see if you're still up when I come back. um, everybody else, have a great night. Love, peace, and chicken grease. And hail you.